What up, fam? Kenji back here for some more drafting on Arena. We got some more of this Murders at Karlov Manor. Thanks for watching here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And you can check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. Got ourselves an Izoni, Center of the Web. One of the better rares you can get in black. Black, I think, is one of the weaker colors in this format, often regarded as the weakest even. Just because the commons and uncommons really lag behind a lot of the other colors, especially white. I think white is the best color, but we're not going to pass a bomb just because maybe a color is slightly worse. This is very nice. Obviously, you want to do some graveyard shenanigans with this, but by turn 6, you should have some stuff in your graveyard to collect, and it is a nice one. Sumala Sentry, great for the Disguise deck. There's an Extract a Confession there, a couple other good cards, but that's an easy pickup for me on the Izoni. We're getting past a Krenko's Buzz Crusher. Now remember, this is a format where you can open multiple rares and mythics in a pack, so you should not be surprised when you're past something decent of rare or mythic quality, because that just means somebody might have opened, something better. Do we second pick the Buzz Crusher? It's a 4-mana 4/4 flying trample the vast majority of the time. It's pretty good. I guess I don't mind taking that, given the other options are just okay. I mean, we could go with the Green Belt Radical. This is a fantastic green card to go along with the Izoni as well. But the nice thing is Izoni is pretty splashable, so if we ended up in red-black or red-green, we'd be able to splash the Izoni. So I think I'm just going to take the 4/4 flyer here. Crime Novelist is fun, but often doesn't do too much work. You need a lot of clues and whatnot for that. Okay, where do we go with our third pick? I think there's one clear pick here, and that's the Reckless Detective. So 3 toughness creatures are pretty solid in the early game because everybody has 2-power creatures, right? Because of all the disguise things. So a 2-mana 3 toughness creature actually does quite a bit of work blocking. Also, this has good synergy with the Izoni. If you have a clue, you can just sacrifice the clue without investing mana to draw a card that way. But you can also rummage, right? You can discard a card and then draw a card if you want. You'll note that there are 2 of the same common here, and that is something because of the play boosters. You can open multiple of the same. A little bit awkward, but just to note, there's no bug there. That is intentional. Well, the green and the black isn't really coming around. I do like the Wisp Drinker Vampire quite a bit, but that's kind of far away from what we're doing currently. Cease and Desist is good. The Exile of Graveyard is super relevant, plus it gains you a life and cycles. And then the Destroy All Artifacts and Enchantments often comes in handy as well, but I don't think we're taking that. Binding might be the best standalone card here. Excuse me. Ooh. I think I muted in time for that sneeze. I mean, this will be another color that we're taking, but I think it makes the most sense over, like, Suspicious Detonation. Detonation is okay, but I think Binding's a better card, so given how early it is in the draft, let's just take that and stay open and get rewarded with a pick 5 now. Lightning Helix, okay. The thing is, Boros, I think, is the best color pair in the format, so the fact that we've stayed open and are getting rewarded into Boros is not a bad thing. Museum Nightwatch, also pretty good. As a disguised creature, good value when it dies. Now look at that start now. Auspicious Arrival, totally reasonable. I often think combat tricks in this format are better than removal spells. Reason being, a lot of creatures have ward too, so removal spells are kind of expensive unless they're the ones that can't be countered. And combat tricks in a kind of a faster environment often serve as removal spells anyways. So let's take the Auspicious Arrival there. Okay, might have to stay a little bit open again as we're not getting any more red or white cards now. I'm actually going to take the Gorehound. This might not look like much, but this is actually a pretty good early aggressive creature in black. Just in case we end up going back in black, but it's going to be hard to pull me away from red-white right now. We have a pretty decent rare, a couple of good uncommons. And then some decent commons, like our red-white card quality here is quite nice. As long as we just get a couple more red or white cards to round out the pack. I don't think Absolving Lammasu is it, and I think Extracted Confession is surprisingly one of the best, if not the best, black common. Better than Murder, honestly. So, okay, I'll stay open. Yeah, we're getting the Dual Leech on the wheel now. Okay, so maybe black's back on the menu. We're not taking Novelist. The Assailant is fine if we're going to be playing black. Both repeat offenders. Okay. Well. First picked Izoni, then took like 6 or 5 red-white cards in a row, and then the last half of the pack was all black cards, interestingly. Okay, yeah, we're staying open. I mean, there's decent fixing in the format too, in some of the lands, so Izoni's still not a crazy play if we end up doing that. Alright, where are we at? Right now my white is just Binding and Helix, really. But that would mean it has to pair with red. We could go black-white or black-red. Take the Runebrand Juggler here is pretty good. You'll note that this pack has 5 uncommons. There's also a pretty safe pick in the Escape Tunnel. If we wanted to, just Evolving Wilds, basically. Okay, I mean, I'll take the Runebrand Juggler. Again, just staying very, very open. Oh man, a really good pack for a bunch of red cards. Case of the Burning Masks, removal plus card advantage later down the line. Deadly Complication, removal, and sometimes a little bit of value. Another Lightning Helix, a Shock, Herring, Offender at Large. We're going to be taking a red card here. It just depends on what color we want to be taking. We could go safe individual color red, or we could take the red-white or red-black card. I bet you I could take the Shock here and probably wheel one of the multicolor red cards, though. That might be the best choice. I'm going to try that. Let's take the Shock and see if we can get rewarded. Case of the Gateway Express is very good in my experience. Removal plus a mass pump. And if you're playing white, it's pretty easy to get a lot of value off the mass pump, but haven't seen too much white this pack. Though our options here are rather weak. I'm not a big fan of Fester Leech. There's like a Shady Informant we can take as an okay disguise creature. We could take the Braggart now. I think it's the Case, and again, just stay a little bit open. Oh, and now we're getting a Perimeter Enforcer. Okay, this is one of the best 2-drops in white. Sure. Some form of Mardu, I guess. Now what? Dogwalker? Yeah, that's good. Very solid pack here for a pick 5. Dogwalker's fantastic. Tunnel Tipster's great. Panther's good. Slice. Inspector. Another Slice versus a 2-drop or a Disguise land. What is my black right now? Just the Extracted Confession and the Runebrand Juggler. So I guess I'd rather just take the Bystander. My black's actually not that good. It's just that we picked up a lot of it to round out pack 1. This still looks like a better direction to go here. We have how many 2-drops? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? I will note, though, I haven't seen any inside sources, which is a little bit concerning for white. In terms of how open it might be. But yeah, a lot of my black is more filler. So unless we get some crazy black cards, we're probably going to end up in this direction. Excuse me. Essence of Antiquity for a tricky disguise card. Or we could just take the 3/2 flyer here. Excuse me. I'll take the Tracker. Wow, another case of the Gateway Express. Okay, so we just need to pick up like all of the cheap creatures, especially ones that get value like Dog Walker. That's fine as a disguise. Yeah, we could really use some inside sources in pack 3. Due diligence might be good enough here. Probably not 2 though. Alright, where are the cheap creatures? Another makeshift binding. What's my creature count right now? Only 8? Oh man, I need more creatures, but our removal quality is so high. 2 bindings, 2 cases, a helix and a shock. Where are the small creatures? There we go. Nightwatch and Consultant. 2-drop is better here than the 3. Not getting the creatures. I'm just going to have to start taking these less ideal but still playable disguises. Creature count is 10 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 4 2-drops still. I mean, I could play Dogwalker on turn 2, but with double case of the Gateway Express, we're going to try to disguise and flip that as much as possible. Okay, double Museum Nightwatch is not bad. Take one of them and hope the other wheels. Yeah, like a couple more 2-drops and then like 2 inside sources, and I think this deck would be insane. There's another Consultant, perfect. Wow, we are seeing a lot of the duplicate cards. I wouldn't expect to get an inside source this late in the draft anymore. But the fact that we haven't seen any is kind of concerning. Somebody might have just been taking them very, very early. Extremely aggressively, you know? One, two, three, four, 5 3-drops. 5 2-drops, 5 3-drops. Okay, I think I want another 2-drop over Concealed Weapon. Although this is a pretty good trick/disguise creature. This feels like a 16-land deck at most. Nice. Good pack. Offender at Large is really good in this deck. So is the Granite Witness. Flying plus tap down pressure versus big body plus a trick. I think both are very good. Also, the Sanguine Savior wouldn't be bad, but we have to make a decision there. Thinking Cap. I have 6 detectives. I really do not like the Mask Maker, for the record, which is why I haven't even touched upon it. Okay, we might just play the Braggart as our final card. I don't think I'm going to run 2 of them. Hopefully we can wheel 1 more card here. 1 more card? Dang it, didn't get it. Okay, so am I running 2 Braggarts, I guess is the question. So I kind of feel like I'd rather have Due Diligence and 1 Braggart. And this is what our curve looks like. 16 lands, I think, should be okay. Just go 8-8 or 9-7 in favor of white. We have twice as many white cards, but I think we're supposed to even split here. That looks like a fantastic curve, and then we have a bunch of removal and tricks. I think this is a good Boros deck. We don't have like the big bombs, but it's got a good curve, a good set of interactive spells. So I think this is going to do relatively well. I am even split. Alright, well, I'm going to need to draw some creatures. Because right now we have 3 removal spells, one of which requires creatures. And this is a Boros mirror match. Oh boy. Gonna be one of those games, huh? This looks weird, but I think I'm supposed to bind. Yay, a creature. Little late to the party. I can't block there. They clearly have a trick of some variety. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, I'm gonna go for it. And probably get wrecked by a combat trick. I guess the worst case is 3-0 first strike. +2/+2 is not bad. That's fine for a trade. Alright. Do they have on the charge? Really? Or on the job? Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12. I could kill that. Alright, I mean, I'll play it out. This is kind of absurd. Obviously cannot beat anything here. Wow. Nice. Yeah. Opponent had a very good draw, and we did not. Not much to say about that. Also, they had the inside jobs. Crazy bad mulligan into basically draw no creatures. So I think we're going to cut the cap for a second braggart in a mirror match. Their draw was really good. Our draw was very awkward. Not much to say about it. One of those games where there wasn't much we could do. Man, again with the only one color. Pretty frustrating, but at least this is a good enough hand to keep. Come on, deck. Yeah. Notably, they're also on mono white. Alright, there we go. And now we can flip our case. I think I'm just going to flip my creature because it's still a trade. And we still get a 2/2 after the fact. These have been some really weird games, man. Alright, let's go to game 3. They will be on the play, though, so they are already a little bit advantaged, but... yeah, that's good enough. Turn 2 Perimeter Enforcer and hope they don't have a removal spell for it. Or actually, we could lead with one of our... well... now I actually think I'm going to lead with the 2-power creature in case they have a removal spell. It's fine. Oh god, they have a dog walker with their neighborhood guardian? That's gross. Guess I'm just gonna play the 1/3 and attack for 2 in the air. So they should have done that maybe main phase. Unless they just have their stupid on the job. I already feel like we're very far behind, eh? That's really gross too. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, thank God. Okay. Let's look for a land first. Shock. They have 2 neighborhood guardians? Wow, their deck is sick. Alright, I'm gonna take 5 here. Man, okay, I need to go for this play then, don't I? I just need to hope they don't have a removal spell. God damn it. Ay, 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 dude. This game is brutal for us. Okay, I'm gonna block that 1/1 and hope they didn't draw on the job, which they freaking did, because why wouldn't they? Wow. An extremely frustrating match. I don't think we had good mana the entire time. No, we did in game 1, where we mulliganed a very bad hand and then we never drew a creature, really. Well, it's those kind of games that kind of put a stick in my spokes. I don't know if that's a phrase, but I said it. Yep, not much you can do. GG's, go next. Like I said, I think our deck's good, but our opponent's draws were just better than ours. This hand is okay. Needs to really find a 2-drop, but if we can, then we should be good. No love. Good news. Do not care about a 1/1 since... well, it's just not very good right now. Good old 2-drop on turn 3, the classic. Sure. Dual leech, that's pretty good. This is where having inside sources would be really nice. Get multiple creatures on the battlefield for our case. Yeah, no blocks. I'll take 4. The old Mortipede. Hey, that's really good too. I think the opponent has Felonious Rage in their hand. I'm gonna no block here again. Take 7. I think we're just trying to race. That's fine. So we flip this up. I guess I'm going to shoot their 3/4 instead of their leech. If they want to use Felonious Rage just to make a another 2/2, that's okay. Yep. I probably now trade my Dog Walker if given the opportunity for one of their creatures. Oh. Really? This is how we lose? Man. Dude, I feel like we're just getting kind of unlucky all around. I think our deck is quite good. But sometimes there's nothing you can do. Okay, good beats. Fortunately for us, it's only game 1. I think we just run it back. Devastating. Freaking brutal, man. That's a nice draw. Because we definitely do not want to be playing the Dog Walker face up in this deck. Sure. Diligence next turn looking pretty incredible. Okay. Crank 02, huh? Well, now I guess I'm going to go like this instead. Good draw there for the Helix. Blood Splatter. 3 damage to a creature, and then whenever one or more creatures die, you mill a card and put a counter on this, and then when it has 5 counters, you can sack it to return a creature from your graveyard. That's fine. Alright, not much really a choice here. Kind of have to go in now. Good, build a murder. But if they have another removal spell and I draw another land, that's probably going to be it for us. But that was not it. Good. That was also a really decent draw. That flips into a 7/7 here. Has every game been won or lost by the die roll? Has everybody that's been on the play won the game and everybody that's lost been on the draw? I think that might have been the case so far in all these games. They milled another removal spell. Nice. Okay, well. That doesn't bode well for us because we're bringing it on the draw here for game 3. I'm going to need a mulligan for a hand that has a 2-drop in it, or at least a shock or helix. Just to do something early. Develop, or at least put something on the board, you know? Yep, that's a keeper. 2-drop, 3-drop with Case of the Gateway is fine. It won't get completely run over. Oh, that's good as well. Okay. Agent. I think we're gonna lose a land here. We really do not want to trade off our creatures right now. When we have 2 cases in hand. Oh man, I'm gonna get punished for losing that Plains, aren't I? We drew a bunch of white cards after pitching the Plains. Awkward. Okay. Oh, they're missing a land as well. Can I draw a land next turn, please? I guess they have Felonious Rage in hand. Oh, convenient target to make it a 3/3. Sure, that's fine. Well, this will be a good turn for us. Next turn. Get to Case. Shoot their Herring. Equip the Cap. Smack. Okay, and they are trying to race, I guess. That's gotta favor us. try to hover the cards better so you guys can read them. 2 mana, 1/3. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, it gets +2/+0. We solved our case by attacking with 3 creatures last turn, so our creatures all get +1/+0 permanently. Our opponent is in quite a bad spot. Oh, why are they double blocking that? They made a slight mistake there. Now they're just dead to shock. Okay. We won the game and we were on the draw. Both players stuck on 3 lands, but we had a lot we could do. Better than just playing out 3 mana 2/2s like they were. Alright, deck. Salvage a 2-1. Deck's great, Magic's great. We can do it. I believe. All you have to do is simply believe. Okay, we won the die roll. This is a keeper. We have turn 2 Reckless Detective. Any 1 land gives us the Disguised Phantom, access to at least 1 removal spell early, and then the double case, possibly. Mr. Krabs! Oh my gosh. Good. Drew the land. I don't actually think we want to discard any of these cards. Oh, really? Okay, well, now I guess I might discard Case of the Gateway next turn. It's really awkward that I'm not attacking with Detective, but I don't think we want to lose those cards now. I can't block here, because if it's the 3/2, I just get wrecked by blocking with Detective. Okay, both players getting stuck on land. I'm just gonna pop off their face down creature right now. Yeah, it was the Night Watch. Three mana pass. Alright, well we can discard the extra land now. Which is pretty awkward, not gonna lie. Looks like they're holding up another counter. Holding up one blue. Oh, I see. Yeah, they have another Reasonable Doubt in their hand. So I don't think I'm going to be playing out the Buzz Crusher this turn then. It's just too obvious that they have another doubt. I played out the land there. In case I draw another land, I can hold up 2 mana with the Buzz Crusher. To pay for doubt. Okay, that's fine. They could also have the no lies, but no, I think it's just reasonable doubt. Number 2 in hand. Sure. Okay, they're not holding up mana anymore, so now's the turn to run into counter magic. Or rather, we can play around the counter magic because they're not holding it up, I should say. Okay. So, reasonable doubt is still in their hand. I just attack for 4 here. And bind their monitor. If they want to keep holding up 2 mana forever, that's fine. I don't even need to run the Reckless Detective into it. Sure. And now at this point, I'm going to let them get the detective. Because I think it's pretty irrelevant now. Oh no! How did they have that? Who could have guessed? Sure. They do get to start activating their magnifying glass for what that's worth. Alright, so let's put the Diligence on the Disguise Flyer. We're going to pump our other Disguise creature and then attack with everything. Blue-white control-y-ish. Deck seems fine, though unexciting. We don't have much of a sideboard, so I say we just run it back. Try to win one more game. Alright, up a game here in third and final round. Looks like a pretty good opening hand for us. turn 1 Case of the Filched Falcon. And that can eventually make a 4/4 potentially. Flyer at that. They just want to counter my 2-drop, so be it. Alright, sacrificing the clue means they're going to be unlikely to case anytime soon. I hope they block. Nice. Because we had nothing else to do that turn, so using our Auspicious there was fantastic. Wow, they offered the Night Watch up. Seems extreme, but I love it. Good for us anyways. Okay. Now's the time to get our Buzz Crusher online. Let's go to attack for 4. Bounce, huh? Okay. Pretty reasonable to think they have a reasonable doubt in hand. So I think I'm okay just playing out the Seasoned Consultant and sacrificing our clue. Tough decision if they want to keep it or not, apparently. What if it's a reasonable doubt that they surveil into the graveyard? Then am I more likely to Buzz Crush again? Maybe. It's just a land. Okay, no, we'll go with the 2-drop. And sack the clue to potentially hit a land. Nice. Pass again. All right. Yeah, let's just Helix. And then we can still play around counter by playing out the cap and equipping it to our consultant, who is a detective. It's a doggy dog. And that's good for us. I'll go ahead and run out this into their obvious counter. Because I have two other big creatures I want to be resolving. And sure, they could have the second one in their hand, but we need to try fighting through them eventually, I feel like. Okay. That's fine. There's the land. We can Buzz Crush. Sure. Again, just way too obvious. But funny that they did in fact have both reasonable doubts in hand. Okay. Alright, go to combat. Nice. That's a big chunk. I'm not seeing what could go wrong here. Wow. What was it? It was a bubble smuggler. Okay, well. Alright, we did in fact salvage the 2-in-1. We just lost to another Boros deck that had much better draws. But yeah, like I said, I think this deck was quite good. We had so much good removal. The cases of the Gateway Express are so solid. Now, I didn't really have the creatures that you want for it. I only had one Dog Walker, and I had no Inside Source, but overall, I think this was a fantastic Boros deck. So, 2-in-1, not a bad result. As always, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back next week for some more.